shoot, baby. Shoot, shoot, ba-doo, shoot, ba-doo. Shoot, ba-doo, ba-doo, ba-doo. So I'll be in the back. I don't know the words, but I rap like that. Get up, stand up, put your hands up. If you got the feeling.
Deadpool.
Yeah. Hello, and welcome to the Parking Lot Projectionist podcast. My name is Andrew Miller.
I'm Raymond Negasonic.
That is an amazing name.
Thank you.
And today, we just saw Deadpool.
Dead of the pool variety.
Now, before we get started real fist? That's what you did to yourself last night, Francis.
Oh,
Before we get started real fast, parents, shame on you. Your kid is watching this in the other room. You stop it right now. You get in there and you do something about it.
This is inappropriate.
You need to take a stand.
Look, I've said it before. I'll say it again.
Man, I love being a turtle.
Oh, God. I watched rated R action films since I was like 5 years old, and I turned out perfectly fine. Okay?
Okay.
Oh.
I think that was long enough. Second thing is, stay after the credits. The whole credits. Don't get lazy and leave halfway through. There is a nice little bit at the end of the credits, but it's a secret. Shh.
You can't know.
Raymond!
Huh?
What is Deadpool about?
Deadpool is a 2016 action-adventure sci-fi.
Sci-fi?
A former Special Forces operative turned mercenary is subjected to a rough experiment. I think it's rogue experiment that leaves him
Both
with...
are true. It's pretty rough.
Why is it a rogue experiment? Is it a lone experiment? I don't get it.
It's privatized. It's not
that
really rogue.
leaves him with accelerated healing powers, adapting the alter ego Deadpool. This film stars Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, Marina Baccarin as Vanessa, TJ Miller as Green as Ajax, Karen Sony as Dumpener. Dumpener? I can't say his name right.
Not on Valentine's
the
Day.
taxi driver.
Oh, no.
Stefan Kapicic as Colossus, and Brianna...
Woo! Oh, wow. Cool. Did you ever notice this, sir?
What?
Whenever we clip, little LED light turns from blue to red.
Does it? Oh, I never see this. How long we been doing this? A whole year? We never noticed this.
Oh my gosh, that's cool.
Oh, that is pretty cool. A whole year, ladies and gentlemen. We never seen this before in
Never
our
saw
lives.
it. I like it.
Oh my God, look at all that red. Brianna Hildebrand as Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Yeah, that's it. This is directed by Tim Miller. I have no idea who this guy is. Wow, this guy got lucky, I guess. Written by Rob Liefeld, Fabian Kayarza, Reth Reese, and Paul Rednick. That's all you need to know. You want to know what this movie about?
Didn't you already tell us what they were about? That thing.
Yeah, that thing.
That we usually
Time for
do.
the synopsis.
That hour-long thing we usually do before the 30-minute thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that.
Spoiler recap.
Starts out with a slow-mo,
An SUV that is spiraling out of control on an interstate.
pause in midair right now.
Bullet time.
All these bad guys are being beat up by Deadpool. Camera slowly panning around everything. Some guy's got a Green Lantern card in his wallet.
Deadpool's pulling some guy's pants down so you can see his crack.
Stain in his crack in the drawers.
I didn't notice that.
Guy had a cigarette thing burned on his forehead. Must have been an old SUV because they don't have those in cars anymore.
They don't? Little cigarette burners?
They stopped doing that because cigarettes are bad for you. So car companies decided, okay, we're not going to do it anymore.
But it has its uses. No one's seen a Goofy movie?
It does have its gooses.
If you were being attacked by Bigfoot in the woods and you have a can of alphabet soup, you can heat it up with that.
Deadpool showed you what a good use for it was. Put it in somebody's mouth and tell them not to swallow.
He normally doesn't say that.
Yeah, people flying around. A chaotic scene on the interstate.
Now, this is a whole opening credits sequence. A lot of people weren't laughing at first because I guess people don't like to read the credits. They were like, what are they laughing at? And then they actually started to
The
read.
credits, yeah. 20th Century Fox presents, in associated with Marvel Studios. It was the first one starring. God's Greatest Gift.
Magazine cover of The Sexiest Man Alive, Ryan Reynolds
Yeah.
goes by the screen. All the actors' names, they replaced him with their role in the movie.
Hot chick, British villain, CGI character, moody teenager.
I really like the CGI character.
Produced by some asshat. Written by the real heroes.
Of this movie.
Directed by some overpaid douche.
Yeah, pretty much sums it up.
Cowbunk.
Cowbunk?
Okay.
Cut back to an earlier scene from the Christmas trailer. Deadpool sitting in the back of an Indian guy's cab.
So you need to know how I got to this point. But he didn't go all the way to the beginning first.
Yeah.
So he's in the back of a cab, playing around with things. Sees a pamphlet for a haunted Segway tour.
Haunted Segway tour?
That's what it said on the pamphlet.
So every tourist has a Segway. Hook it up to the leader Segway, and then the Segway train around famous haunted locales? Or do they take it into the house and they
I
set
think
up
they take
ramps
the
in the haunted
Segway,
house?
yeah.
Oh man, we never got to go to that.
We will get that in probably the third movie.
Third
Probably
movie?
The ending of the third movie. He's like, there's only one thing I got to do. And he pulls that pamphlet out. The whole trilogy is complete then.
Deadpool's in the back of the cab, bored, rolling up and down the window, puffs his head up to the cab driver. Kind of lonesome back here.
Cab driver is
Dupinder. Scooch over. Squeezes through.
He's like, nice. He's looking at the air freshener, but he had a picture of his lady next to it. It's like, yeah, that smells good. No, the lady. Yeah, but she's interested in my cousin who's more attractive as he is his slime ball.
Well, Dupinder, that's because they're all the same. Oh, no. I did that for you, sir. Come on.
If he would have said that, sir.
5 out of 5.
Beyond 5 out of 5.
So Dupinder's like, yes, she's very interested in some other guy who's... Dupinder, I don't think it's a coincidence that I was put in this cab here with you today. We're here for love.
That's what they're here for, love. They're both here for
I
love.
thought they were going to go on a mission together, take this guy down.
Oh, they didn't.
He just gave him advice and basically murder this man. Take your girl.
I guess Deadpool couldn't technically say they were all the same because the whole movie's based around him in love with a woman who turned out not to be the same. He's a perfect match.
Yeah, he knows.
That doesn't happen in real life. Anyway, look on Andrew's face.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Interrupt me. You're a co-host. You can interrupt me whenever you feel like it.
Dupinder was like, why the red suit? Because it's Christmas. I go and have somebody on my naughty list.
Yeah, it was Christmas. They don't really play that up much, but it was Christmas Day that day.
Was it really?
Well, oh no,
it was not
I'm
Christmas
stupid.
Day that
I'm
day.
stupid. It's a joke.
Yeah, it was a joke because he uses that throughout the movie. At the end, he's like, "I've got a new Christmas Day coming," or something like that. Every time he goes after the villain,
I'm
it's
after
Christmas
someone
Day.
on my naughty list. Real naughty.
Oh my god!
And I take my naughty Francis and I go.
Oh my god!
Ooh, I killed him. That's why you and me got to stick together, Dupinder. They get onto an overpass going over an interstate below them. Well, Dupinder, this is where we say goodbye. Either it'll be $17, $20. Well, here's the thing. I don't bring my wallet with me whenever I go superheroing. But how about a nice crisp high five?
Okay.
This man was so appreciative of that advice that he didn't really care that he wasn't getting paid.
That was good advice. If I was driving a cab, Deadpool told me, go after the woman you love by any means necessary, I'd be like, you know what? You're right, Deadpool.
We had a brief cutaway that I didn't really care about where we learned that the villain was super strong. He choked some guy about a missile shipment.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that one. They just cut to that for some strange reason.
Yeah, Francis, the British villain, lifted some other guy up by his neck. Effing mutants.
Warlord.
That was the warlord?
Yeah, he was trying to buy weapons from Francis, but Francis makes mutants.
Those are mutants in the box.
Oh, yeah.
He shipped off mutants.
Later on, you see it, putting them in a box.
So they left that scene in for sequel bait.
Well, I hope so. I hope this whole plot line is for the sequel. Francis makes mutants, sells them to warlords for their wars.
Cut to Deadpool sitting on the overpass, still waiting for the villain's, what do you call that, cavalcade?
I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
I know
I'm
what you're
trying
trying to say. Ooh, I almost had it.
You almost had it.
Ooh.
Vocabulary, kids. If you know the word, shout it at the top of your lungs. Clap for me.
Caravan? Like
Caravan!
His caravan of cars?
His caravan of cars. Or just his escort. Whatever the SUVs of the villain. You get your Amazing Spider-Man 1 joke and no one laughed.
That's because people like that movie. Like somebody I know really enjoys those movies.
But it was a great
they
movie.
suck. Yeah, it is a great.
Yeah, he had a little battery-powered radio next to him on the bridge, and it had his real name taped on it, Wade Wilson.
Yeah. It's a throwback to the stupidity that was Amazing Spider-Man 1. The lizard finds out his secret by picking up the camera and seeing property of Peter Parker on the back of it.
Well done, writers of this movie, even though nobody in the audience laughed at it.
I know I got a little beef with some of the writers in this movie.
Ooh.
I got a little beef.
Deadpool's doing a little childish doodle with crayons of himself shooting Francis in the head.
Oh, they used that in the slow-mo scene. That's how you got the title of the movie.
Oh, I didn't.
It was Hi, I'm Deadpool. That picture.
Then he's like, oh, time to go. Major action sequence ensues and then is over.
Probably was the best action scene in this movie.
Well, yeah, it was one of only two.
Yeah, there's only 2 action scenes in this movie.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because it ended kind of, I was like, is this the ending of the movie? Why is this ending? Yeah, I guess you can consider this one since it keeps cutting back and forth.
It's well played on their part, I guess.
Only 2, and then there's just the montage.
It was a good montage, though. Also, the one action sequence you got was just an extended version of the CGI one that leaked online for free a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's the highway chase recreated in live action. But they spice it up. They add some new things to it. It's funny. Deadpool beating up people inside of a vehicle, giggling, pointing at people who fall out of it. Some guy gets dragged behind the SUV and he's on the interstate at 60 miles per hour, points at him like,
Look at that guy. What an idiot.
making comments about seats. Oh, it's the Corinthian lever. Oh, crap.
He's having a blast doing his thing.
Eventually, they slow it down. You see how everybody got into the opening sequence in slow-mo. Then the car keeps flipping. A bunch of other people show up to shoot at him. But we cut away to Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters.
Colossus is eating a bowl of Cheerios.
He's so big and he's got this little spoon.
Wait.
Sitting in the kitchen at a little island, looking at the TV.
That just made me think we never got to see him meeting Colossus for the first time. Obviously, when Colossus sees this like guy in red suit, wait, he already knows him.
That is true. It should have been somewhere in that montage whenever he was looking for Francis, I guess.
This is what I would have done. I'm sorry to jump ahead. No,
Okay.
I'll wait. No,
Okay,
no.
hold it.
I'm gonna wait. This is what I
Hold
would
it.
have
Try
done.
to remember it.
I'll
Maybe
remember it.
make a doodle or
I'm
something.
doing it. Okay. I had to dot it.
Okay, done.
Okay, so Colossus sees this like, Negasonic, come on, because that's his protege.
Is it a Russian accent?
Yeah, he's supposed to be Russian. Comic books, Colossus is supposed to be Russian guy. This is an X2
X-Men.
Days of Future Past. All the Colossus fans, this is real Colossus.
It was really exciting to see the Xavier school gate entrance
Yeah.
and then to see the school, and I was like, oh man, we're going to the X Mansion. This is going to connect.
Yeah, it did connect. They opened the X door with him and
Oh yeah, they did go down there.
yeah, they went to go into the hangar and they used the X jet that looked like it was the one from the first or second movie.
I guess that's an old one now. They said all the X-Men are away on a mission, so they're just taking care of the mansion and all the kids, I guess. If something happens to them, who's going to take care of the kids? Who's watching the kids
We
while
don't
these
know
two are
where
away?
all the X-Men are, sir.
Yeah, they said
This
they were
is-
on a mission.
This is 2016. They're back in the 80s fighting apocalypse right now.
That is true.
We don't know what happens to the 90s X-Men. We don't know what happens to the early 2000 X-Men.
There was our first wall-breaking moment. Deadpool was still sitting on the
Oh,
overpass.
yeah. He was talking. He was like, so I bet you're wondering how I got my own movie.
Who did I have to suck off
Oh, yeah.
to get this my own movie?
It rhymes with Pulverine. And let me tell you, he's got some nice smooth balls down under. I couldn't do it. You got to do the Australian accent.
Down under. You did it fine.
Smooth ones down under.
Down under, eh?
Some of the audience members didn't know Hugh Jackman was from Australia. Only like you and like another person sitting way in the back laughed out loud at that.
No one let. Oh.
That was like you, me, and another guy way in the right.
Well, that guy must have made up for the whole audience because I thought a lot of people laughed at
Yeah,
that.
he laughed loudly at it. He enjoyed it. Oh, this was kind of... This is why I'd rather see it at the other theater. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
I didn't mean to...
They were responsive to a lot of stuff.
They were not responsive to
Ooh.
the one that was so good. My favorite one in this movie. My favorite
Is it the
one.
same one that I
I
love?
think it's the same one.
Is it
You
the same
laughed
one?
out loud at it.
I loved that one, and no one laughed.
No
one laughed.
They were not they were not responsive. They were still laughing at the other joke, and they didn't know how to cut themselves off. And I don't think they heard it. But this one was great.
That was
sir.
so great.
I
We're
was my
gonna-
favorite one. You laughed out loud at it.
Guys, let me break the fourth wall for a second. We'll tell you when it happens, okay? You didn't miss it yet, okay?
You didn't miss it yet.
It's coming later.
the best fourth wall break
It
in
was
the
so
movie.
great.
It was great.
Yes.
Okay.
I loved it. I really hope we're talking about the same thing now.
You talking about on the bridge still?
Yeah.
Okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Okay.
Yeah. The X-Mission, they took off in the jet to go confront Deadpool on the bridge. Deadpool is in a turned-over SUV with its bottom facing a bunch of villains that just pulled up, about to shoot at him. He pops his head up. Hey!
They all don't shoot.
That was one of the best
He
parts of the
instantly
movie.
goes back down. It was good.
That was
good.
great. Hi! and
he's
it's
like,
like, wait!
I bet you're wondering why I wear the red suit, so bad guys won't see me bleed. This guy's got the right idea. He's wearing the brown pants.
Since I only have 12 bullets,
You guys are gonna have to share.
he looked at the audience.
Let's count them down.
Boom! He jumps in the air. Funny things happen. He ends up killing them all. One in particular you want to mention?
Two of them I want to mention. There's a guy on the other side of the car, and he's looking at the other guy, and the guy pops his head up, and Deadpool goes, ah! And screams like that.
There was one who was looking around the overturned SUV looking for Deadpool, and then Deadpool's already here, and it's like, what the?
7. One of the guys shot him in the ass. I didn't care for that one.
Bullet in his butthole.
I think
Yeah.
the same guy who he went for goes around, stands on top of the truck, and looks down at him, tries to shoot him, and he's just laying his back with his hand down. He's like, somebody's not counting. Shoots him.
I wish he would do impressions from other famous movies. Where did you learn to count?
He mentions Batman and Robin at one point.
Yeah,
I
he
know for
does,
sure.
but he doesn't. There's some quotes in here. He's obviously a film nerd.
Now I remember, okay, it's 20th Century Fox. That's why he mentions that one film franchise like that.
Eventually, he's down to one bullet. 3 guys are ducking behind the same car, and he headshots all 3 of them. He snorts the gun smoke, says he's touching himself.
Francis, he skips around looking for Francis. The last guy who got shot didn't get shot all the way through. The bullet stopped on his head. Was this guy a mutant or was he not?
Oh, I thought maybe it was a joke because you can't have one bullet go through that many heads or something. Ran out of momentum. But at the same time, it was bent. You're right.
Yeah, bullets could go through things like that. Can't run out of momentum going through 2 hands.
Well, the heads are pretty thick, and there's a lot of substance in there, and he's got to go through 2 skulls.
Velocity.
He's got to go through bone.
How can we test this
bone.
theory without murdering anybody?
So it's bone meets bone, bone meets bone, and then it hit
Bullets
another
fly
bone.
so fast, though. They can't be stopped. This is metal on bone and meat.
This is true. The other guy had an exoskeleton or something.
He was a mutant, I think.
He was shooting a deagle, so that should pack a punch.
One of the most powerful handguns
Anyway, that guy got up, pulled a Man of Steel, pulled out a knife to try to fight Deadpool.
I hope that was a Man of Steel reference. Rolled his sleeves up. Deadpool's like, really? Pulls out his katanas and stabs the guy.
And then we go into slow motion with the guy stabbed above Deadpool's head. And he's like, I know what you're thinking. My boyfriend said this was going to be a superhero movie, but that guy just turned that other guy into a kebab. Well, it's not that kind of movie, and I'm not a superhero.
I gotta take you back before I squeeze my ass into spandex.
And he's got a bullet hole in it.
When he got shot by the bullet hole. Sorry to burp on the podcast, everybody. Oh, he takes his back, flashes it back. 2 years, some guy answers the door. Hey, you order pizza? Guy's like, I ain't order no pizza. I did. Ryan Reynolds comes out the back. A watered down Deadpool.
Like, this is Ryan Reynolds just walking out of the bathroom.
The guy's like, how'd you get in my room? Pulls his gun out. I was like, shut up. This is about that poker game. I'll pay him back. I'm not here for you. I'm here for Jeremy. It's like, Jeremy, I need you to leave Megan alone. You're a stalker. You're not out of the woods yet. Guy with the curly hair took a shit in your kitty's litter box. I don't have a cat. Whose litter box was it I took a shit in? Pause.
People laughed. I really didn't get the
Was
joke.
He a furry? I don't know.
It's above my head.
It was above my head too.
Joke was too sophisticated for me. This litter box joke.
Was it cocaine? I don't know.
Maybe it was just beneath our heads.
Maybe he had a bonsai tree that has a little sand. Maybe he had a big one. He shit in it. Maybe that's what it was. Because people know about bonsai trees. I don't know. We're trying to figure out this joke. Somebody's got to explain it to us.
This kitty litter joke.
Sections.
Is it just very basic, stupid kids humor? Like, haha, he didn't actually have a litter box, so he just pooped in something.
Maybe he just used the toilet? I don't know. Okay, we're lingering on this joke.
Roommate's terrified. Ryan Reynolds is interrogating Jeremy the pizza man. You're going to lay off Megan. I'm going to let you go right now. I got a little soft spot for you. Oh, thanks, man. It's like, hey, roommate guy, you really thought I was going to murder him. It's like, yeah, I was so scared for a second there. I was like, what am I supposed to do? Ah! And he takes Jeremy and he's like, but I really will kill you, man. If I find out you looked at Megan again even slightly the wrong way, you're going to find out I have a hard spot. Oh, wait. I didn't mean it like that. Well, maybe I did.
Andrew blew the kiss at the mic just now, y'all. It was great. He kissed the guy after he said that.
So then we go back to the home for abandoned girls or something.
I guess it was another X-Men play. Deadpool was talking to his friend. I forgot what TJ Miller's name was.
You just call him TJ Miller. I don't
TJ Miller. TJ Miller was like,
man, if he had made a comment about...
I think you about to say it. I'll get right to say it too. Transformers 4?
Yes! Man, if you're gonna break the fourth wall, go all the way.
You should have did that one. I got the end when he's talking to him. TJ Miller's getting on his nerves like, shut up while Transformers for you.
Or maybe at the end, whenever he said he didn't want to go with him, like, I would go with you, but I don't feel like being burned alive. Again, he looks at the audience. TJ Miller is an operator of this bar.
The Mercenaries bar. So he turned in his Mercenaries chip on Jeremy. TJ Miller's like, yeah. Then he was like, I need a blowjob. Okay. And he made him drink the blowjob. Then he told the waitress to bring it to this overweight guy, telling her it was from this other guy. So they get into a bar fight, and they took a Deadpool on who would die. TJ Miller was like, he's still breathing, because I can see the condensation on the mirror, just like in Revenant.
Speaking of people breathing on the camera, there was that bit in the cab where Deadpool got gum stuck on him, flinged his...
He threw the gum on the camera
and he had to wipe it off. Yeah. Hey,
I wanna shoot, baby.
Yeah, they got that whole Deadpool chart at all the mercs betting on who's gonna die during their merc missions. It's a huge chalkboard over the bar.
I didn't get a good look at the names. I wonder if there was some Marvel names up there.
I actually didn't even see. He made a joke to TJ Miller, like, you thought I was gonna die. You bet it against me? Yeah, I did. Look up there. And then they had a camera shot of it. I didn't even get to Wade Wilson's name because I was trying to read down the list. I was like, where is Wade Wilson?
He was like the third one. Logan up there? Probably not.
Then we get a meet cute with the female lead.
A meet cute?
Filmmaking terms for whenever meets a love interest in a movie. The meet cute.
Oh.
Cute little banter back and forth.
I thought she was making a 22 Jump Street reference whenever the guy's Q-tip got stuck in a sandwich. It's like, me and this guy are having a meet cute.
I'm sure that was on purpose.
I never caught that until now.
There it is.
Thank you. I didn't know it was a film term.
Well, there you go.
So they was having a meet cute with
short-haired Vanessa.
Whew.
Go for it.
They're all the same, though. But Vanessa, she's looking very beautiful. Turns out she's a prostitute. Her and Wade hit it off, talking about how they had terrible childhoods.
Trying to one-up each other.
Wade took the wallet that he got from the guy. It was like, how much can I get for $230 and gift card to Yogurt Smith?
48 minutes.
And some dessert. Put the gift card in his mouth. TJ was like, she put a gift card in your mouth? He looked at her. He's like, trying to put some balls into some hoes. Camera was sideways, and then it flipped upward. They play skee ball. Woo! He won some tickets. Got himself a Voltron Defender of the Galaxy ring. Vanessa got an eraser. He was like, so what can I get with this ring? She was like, 3 minutes. What are we going to do with the remaining 2 minutes and 36 seconds? I don't know. Cuddle. Then we got the sex scene. We're getting down. Then she was like, how long can we keep this up? And then it cuts to them on Valentine's Day. Then it cuts to them on International Women's Day. She was banging him with a strap on.
She stuck it in and
No.
in his butt. You made a face.
Then he went to Halloween.
He was going down on her with vampire fangs.
Happy Halloween. Then for Thanksgiving, they just rubbing each other with food. I don't like that.
There was a lint joke.
Oh, yeah, that's the one. Oh. Happy Lent. They're just sitting there reading books.
Happy Lent.
Then we got to Christmas.
I'm sure some people listening to this are like, hey, you didn't mention the Gandalf joke with that guy in the bar.
Oh, God.
Raymond laughed whenever he said, go cast a spell or something.
At the end, he walks past Vanessa, smacks her on the butt. Vanessa quickly grabs the guy by the balls.
Ooh.
And he was like, look here, fat Gandalf. You better show some respect. Wade was like, you better apologize. She just kept squeezing him tighter and tighter. She finally let him go. Wade said, yeah, go cast a spell.
It's been a long time since I've seen a movie with any sort of nudity in it with an audience that's this packed.
Yeah.
Was there any sort of vibe you were getting or anything? Was anybody uncomfortable during the Vanessa nudity scene whenever they first started having sex?
She wasn't even that full nude.
She
might have got
was.
a quick glimpse of her boobs, and his hands covered them instantly.
No, there was a full body shot where she turned him over on the bed, and it was far enough away, and you saw her all the way down back up to her chest, where she flips him over, and she's straddling on top of him on top of the bed. That shot is in the movie. Full nudity.
I'm a pervert, and I don't even remember seeing that.
Then you got to go see the movie again because you missed it.
No, I got to see it again. I don't know. Maybe
I guess it didn't make anybody feel uncomfortable because
maybe
they
the
blocked
strip
it out.
club shot just.
Did that make you uncomfortable?
No,
the
that
strip club
made
scene?
I was like, damn, I need to go to the strip club.
I noticed that whoa, he needs to go to the strip club.
Yeah. You noticed that Raymond what?
You weren't laughing at a lot of the jokes in the strip club, and I was like, is he just distracted by all the
I was
dances right
distracted by the dancers. I was like, what can I see? Get out of the way. Get away,
Stop
Wade
telling-
Wilson.
Oh, no.
When we first walked in, there was a few girls on the stage. Damn. God damn it, save me. I didn't notice the full Vanessa nudity. No, I didn't. No.
She didn't have to do it anymore after that. Just Ryan Reynolds doing the full nudity from then on in.
Now it was Christmas time. He was talking, will you marry me? He pulled out a ring pop. She's like, you want to put it in my... And then they started like, what? Yes, I'll marry you. Woo! He's like, where were you hiding at? And then they showed him with his butt out. Then they hugged each other. He's like, I just want to cuddle you forever. She was like, yeah, go ahead. Yoda, my Luke. He was like, ooh, Star Wars references. She was like, Empire. He's like, whoa, did I make you in a computer or something?
Weird science.
That's the movie. I couldn't remember the movie. I knew it was the movie from the 80s.
It would have been cool if they played that jingle. Weird science.
I need to watch that movie now.
So he goes over to pee, just a random spot in the bedroom.
Then he monologues, life's an event of...
Awful things.
Then commercial breaks. This was the ultimate commercial break. And he's like, woo, what the fuck? And then he fell out.
Back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity.
Did they extra teal this scene when they were in the office? It looked like they did. The movie was normal, but then they decided that this had to be a serious scene, so they extra tealed it. Was that a good fourth wall break?
I didn't even... I'm so used... This is like normal for movies.
No. This can't be normal anymore. We can't let this be
Teal
normal.
just normal for depressing movies.
Yeah,
that I
so
didn't
it's
even
a
notice.
scene, so they had to extra teal.
Well, during this whole origin flashback, and all of them really, they're playing it really serious, so you feel for Wade Wilson right now.
Yeah, he gets extra serious.
I guess we can talk about that later.
General thoughts. Okay. She's like, you got cancer everywhere. The him and Vanessa talk. What happened? I don't know. You got cancer everywhere. He just has some screenshots up. He was looking. He tried to make some jokes, and
We actually cut back to the bridge. Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead show up. Francis was on a motorbike, and Deadpool jumped up in the air, threw his sword down, stopped the motorbike, stabbed him into the side of the bridge. You remember me, Francis? And he pulls up his mask a little bit to see his mouth.
Wade fucking Wilson.
They don't want to show the full face because you got to wait for the rest of the origin story to see the full face.
We saw the full face in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, so what was the point of that? The editors weren't sure how they were going to edit the movie yet. Colossus comes out.
Colossus walked up to him. He reached back and rubbed on Colossus's ball.
Daddy?
Daddy. Colossus threw him
In the air and is like, is it just me or did this whole thing turn sideways? At least it couldn't get any worse. Transitions from him sideways in slow motion in the air to X-Men Origins Wolverine Deadpool action figure on the dresser.
Oh, yeah.
At least this thing couldn't get effed up anymore.
Yeah, and that's when he was leaving Vanessa.
We're gonna get through this way, Wilson. No, I want you to remember me like I was. And then he packs up his things and he leaves her and she's really upset. Remember me like I was, not how I am.
Goes back to the bar, talks to TJ Miller. TJ Miller's like, hey, this guy was asking for you. Here's his cards. Agent Smith was looking for you. He's like, hey, pedophile, what do you want? I want to help you, Wade. I want to turn you into a hero. Gave him that simple speech of, you know how it is when they want to experiment on somebody, turn him into a superhero. Wade just cracking jokes about it. Then he got up and walked away. You went back to Vanessa at some point?
And he was crying in the middle of the night while she was sleeping. What's the matter, honey? I had a nightmare about Taken. I had a Liam Neeson nightmare.
Dream about kidnapped his daughter. They made 3 of those movies. Sometimes you gotta wonder if he's just a bad parent. Speaking of which, watched The Choice the other day. Saw Maggie Grace was in that. Nice.
Deadpool abandons Vanessa in the middle of the night, calls the number, goes to the facility, being rolled in on the stretcher.
He meets Gina, whatever her name is, I forgot.
Carano?
Not Gina Carano. Gina something.
Angel Dust.
Angel Dust was her name. Sidekick of The Rock in Furious 7? No, it's Furious 6. He was telling her you need wolves to catch wolves. I guess it's gonna get edited.
They're rolling Deadpool in on a stretcher for the experiment. He's like, please don't make the super suit green or animated.
So they made 2 Green Lantern references.
They bring him in, they strap him down. Francis comes over, calls himself Ajax. He's like, Ajax is not your real name, right? Ryan Reynolds mocking him. He straps him down.
He asks Angel Dust about why she's got the match in her mouth. Is that an oral fixation? Ajax tells him that they're gonna torture him to get him to activate his mutant gene hidden inside of him.
I thought that was clever.
What?
That strategy.
That they gotta torture him?
Because in the first X-Men movie established that mutant abilities usually come in a period of great stress.
A puberty.
Yeah. Ew. Well, they couldn't do the puberty, I don't think. So they did stress. They tortured him.
They put a formula in him to activate his thing. I think in the comic books, they put the mutant genes in him. You got Wolverine's healing. I also think he's supposed to have a teleporting device as well. I guess you'll get that in the next movie.
I don't need a teleporting device for Deadpool. That's silly.
It's Deadpool.
It's too overpowered then.
Maybe it runs out of battery. I don't know.
They're torturing him, doing all sorts of crazy things to him.
Dunking him in glue? I don't know what it was. Like an extra thick liquid they dunked him in. Then they put him in an ice bucket.
With no lights, coffin. They just closed it on him.
Electrocuted him. Holds him down with water. Put him in a cage.
He has a nice conversation with some guy. His guy I bond with during this scenario guy.
Him and the guy were talking. I'm going to do all this crazy stuff in my fucking list. I just want to make pancakes with my kids. Wade was like, Vanessa. And then Ajax came and started rubbing the other guy's feet. Ready to get some more experiments done? Don't worry, that guy's name's Francis. He stole Ajax from the dish soap. Everybody laughed at that one.
I didn't even know Ajax was a dish soap.
You didn't know that?
That and these IKEA jokes that come later. It's right over my head. I'm not a consumer.
I didn't know that IKEA stuff.
Whenever he was holding on to that guy's toes, I got a little like... I was tensing up. I thought he was going to break his toes towards him. And then he was going to push down on him. Because you're supposed to be torturing him. And he was just massaging the toes, and I was on edge. Phalange violence is so violent. And that's why Deadpool made us turn away later in the movie. Because phalange violence is too much.
That's right. I remember that. Okay, spoiler. Francis walks over to him. I stole this off your dry cleaner. I get your discount, by the way.
How about I sew your mouth shut? You don't want to do that.
Yeah. He's like, I got a new method, Wade. Put Wade into this chamber. I'm going to suck the oxygen out just enough to where your heart rate's going to get lowered. We're going to make sure there's enough so your brain doesn't die either.
Clear tube that severely pressurizes and leaves barely any oxygen, so you're constantly trying to get breath, but you can only get a tiny bit per second. It's crushing Ryan Reynolds' body.
His mutant powers activate, and his body starts mutating, getting grotesque-like, and then they come visit him. Francis is like, hey. Wade was like, I hate you. This is when they was playing it super serious. Wade was being serious, and I was like, I don't know.
Could have been a good move, actually, for the movie, because it made me take the villain a little bit more seriously, that Wade was so serious right now.
He told Wade, I'm going to put you back in here just because I want to, not because I have to, because I'm a bad guy. He tells Angel Dust to do it. Angel Dust walks over to him, and he headbutts Angel Dust. Then he keeps his mouth shut, and I was wondering, why is he not talking to him now? Then they close it back up, lock it in there. Then they showed a shot of her walking away, putting another match in her mouth.
See, I didn't even catch how
he got the match?
No,
I thought the match showed up.
Oh, he just had this his whole time?
Yeah, that's what happened. He headbutted her and stole a match from her. He lights the match with his thumbnail, flicks it at the oxygen part. Match is barely holding on because of the low oxygen, but then it touches like the actual oxygen part.
Tube.
Shoots up that tube and bagoosh, blows up the entire lab. Wade gets out.
Francis comes downstairs very casually, puts his coat on.
Grabs a fire extinguisher, starts extinguishing the flames. Wade comes out, him and Wade get to a fight.
They burned Wade's gown off so he can fight naked.
Yeah, he had fire on it, so he just ripped it off. He gets naked, starts fighting.
A lot of people in the audience were very distracted, thinking, I can't really concentrate on the scene because I'm worried I'm going to see a penis.
You kind of see it?
You see it a lot.
A shadowy version of it. They don't show the full thing. They show a silhouette. Okay, they show a silhouette of it, Andrew. They don't show the whole thing. Why do you get a full shot of it?
Whenever he throws him across the room, there's a full shot of it, and where he's kneeling on the ground at the end.
That was a silhouette of it, but you got a full shot of him. You get to see the outline of it. You don't get to see the full shot. I guess technically it is a full shot.
Even if it's shadowy, it's still like there's a contrast because the background's not shadowy.
It's a
so I'm
silhouette, Andrew.
This is no mere silhouette.
But you know what it is.
Raymond,
because of the silhouette.
is it prosthetic?
What?
I gotta ask.
I don't know. It's real.
Okay, I'm just wondering.
Like, you mean like it wasn't really Ryan Reynolds?
Was it Ryan Reynolds or was it prosthetic?
No.
He just requested a longer one. That's what I wanted to know. Because the scene earlier where you said they showed his butt on the bed, they actually had his penis dangling in between his cheeks too. And I was like, wow, what the fruit?
I didn't notice all of that.
I did. And I was like, what the fruit? Everybody's looking at the butt and laughing. So I looked down too. And then I was like, wait, if I look a little bit lower, what's that dangling in between? I was like, wait a minute. Now, is this a prosthetic that Ryan Reynolds requested?
I think it was CGI shadowed because they knew, okay, he's naked, but we can't have him not be naked. It's a rated R movie. Might as well include it.
Now, this is way
But
beyond.
it's a fight
This
scene.
is not like Terminator Genesis where there actually is a shadow covering it up. This thing is out.
This thing
is out, and he's being thrown around, and it appears.
So when you see... It is...
Raymond, we have a duty.
It's a silhouette of it.
We have a duty to talk about the things that no one else is going to talk about.
You
about this
know
movie.
what it is. You can see
You know
the
its
outline
name.
of it. When I say silhouette, you know it's an outline of it. You get to see it every time Ajax throws him somewhere. You'll see it, but you don't get to see the detail of it. You just get to see the shadowiness of it. Get to see the shadowiness of it. It's there. This is a weird fight scene too. I guess because Deadpool wasn't talking, fighting each other, and Ajax talking is like, "You don't kill me, I can fix your face." For some reason, Deadpool believes this, and that's the whole plot of the movie.
Oh, now I remember how he escaped. He stabbed Deadpool with that thing through the back and into the ground, and then he twisted it off like a candy cane at the top so he couldn't just get out. Deadpool sees that guy that he bonded with earlier, and he's like, "Hey, Deadpool, is everything gonna be all right, Deadpool?"
Oh, right job!
Oh, Bubba, no. I like how he's still alive, too. The guy he bonded with, like, just knocked over his table and he strapped down. Hey, how's it going? Wait, this whole place is on fire. How are you? It eventually burns to the ground, and from the ashes, Ryan Reynolds rises.
Do you not find that to be a stupid reason for this whole plot of this movie? They're fighting, and then the guy tells him, "Don't kill me, because I can fix your face." And that's the whole plot of the movie now. Catch him to get him to fix his face.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
I mean, it's not just about fixing the face, though. It's also revenge, right?
Yeah, it's revenge.
For what you did to me. It's revenge, and you're gonna fix this. And he is a villain, like creating all these mutants through torture and crap.
Okay. Why they believe that, though? All right, Ryan Reynolds wakes up. This is where I wanted to tell you what they should have done. He just wakes up in the ashes. This is how I would have done it to where Colossus knows who he is. They should have had a silhouette of Wolverine carrying him out. You just see the claws holding Ryan Reynolds' body, walking out. That's all you needed. And then he could do make a quick thing like, "Oh, I spent time inside the X match and then they gave me clothes and I left," or something like that.
That would be nice.
Yeah, so that's why he loves Wolverine so much, because Wolverine saved him.
And then you could finally have the yellow Wolverine outfit from behind, so you can't tell it's not Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Finally have that outfit, and it's in this rated R non-kids movie.
That's what I would have done. That would have made the connection about why Colossus knows him. Because now we come back to the bridge. He's yelling at Colossus, "I'm trying to get revenge on this asshole over here." Picking up hubcaps, throwing it at his head. He's like, "Look out!" Heads up! Boom. He's like, "Who is this?" Negasonic Warhead.
Teenage Warhead.
Oh, that's a cool name.
Totally flipped out over that name.
Oh, Deadpool, we need to go. You need to join us. You can't cause all this destruction, Deadpool.
I'm not going out for your X-Men bull crap, Colossus.
Look what you've done.
No one's getting hurt.
And then a guy fell off the sign. That guy was there when I got here.
Negasonic Teenage Warhead said something mean to him, and he walked up to her and was like, "Oh, look at me. I'm a teenage girl. All I do is long silent pauses to look moody. Then I
say something mean." So which one's it gonna be? Silent pause or moody? She's like, "You got me in a box here." Negasonic like, "Hey, look," and Ajax escapes, and he goes,
Deadpool did a Home Alone.
Look back
with his hands on his...
You motherfucker! That was one of my favorite parts too. He's like, "All right, Colossus." Punches Colossus.
Broke his wrist.
They tried to punch him in the balls.
Breaks his other wrist.
He's got broken hands, and you laughed at this. He's like, "The dinosaurs feared the mighty T-Rex," and his hands are like broken.
That was one of the funniest parts of the whole movie. The guy's got broken wrists, and then he just turns to the camera and is like, "All the dinosaurs feared the mighty T-Rex," and then he does a roundhouse kick.
His leg breaks. You never saw the one on that? Everybody's laughing at this.
No, it's the funniest scene of the movie. This idiot's breaking his own, and then he gets up with one leg and he's bouncing around.
You never saw the one leg ass kickers?
Eventually, he cuffs Deadpool. It's like,
this is the best part. You do it, sir. This is the funniest fourth wall breaking again.
Come on, Deadpool. And he starts dragging Deadpool across the interstate by the handcuff. He's handcuffed.
We're going to see the professor.
Which one, Stewart or McAvoy? We laughed a lot more about it earlier in the podcast.
It was funny in the movie. It was the best fourth wall break there.
That was great.
Nobody else laughed at that but us.
Why did nobody laugh at Stewart or McAvoy?
Because they were still laughing at him just being broken up on the ground. They didn't catch it.
Who would it have been, Raymond? Stewart or McAvoy?
McAvoy.
McAvoy with a bald head?
Yeah, this is the continuing timeline now.
Now, they said after X-Men Apocalypse, they're supposed to reboot it with the New Mutants. And a lot of people think that the New Mutants is what this universe is going to be in. This is not in either of the two previous universes, the original universe or the McAvoy universe. So they're going to have to recast everybody again.
Wait.
The rumors are that they're rebooting it after Apocalypse.
Rebooting it after Apocalypse?
Yeah, called the New Mutant storyline.
They're missing so much opportunity right now to shoot another X-Men film. Takes place in the late 90s, 99. At the end of the movie, they'll end up at the statue on Liberty Island again.
You got to go full circle?
This is a missed opportunity. Got to go full circle. Well, we're in the 10s now. You can do a movie in the 90s and the early 2000s. Come on, Fox. There's so many X-Men stories to go through, too. So you can do one. They'll go to outer space to Shi'ar Empire, for sure.
My eyes just glazed over for a second there. Like, I don't know what's going on.
I know. Everybody who's an X-Men fan knows about the Shi'ar Empire. Mr. Sinister. Everybody wants to see Mr. Sinister. Everybody wants to see Mr. Sinister. You know who Mr. Sinister is?
No, I don't. I didn't want to ask.
You've seen him before, trust me. He's pale skin, a weird looking cape with the three things. He's blue. He's got a red diamond in the middle of his forehead. You know what I'm talking about now?
No.
If I showed you a picture of this guy, you'd be like, I can't recognize him. Anyways, the New Mutants. Ugh. Okay.
Deadpool's being dragged away by Colossus.
He looks at the camera and goes, have you ever seen 127 Hours? Spoiler alert! And he starts sawing his hand off with a knife.
Negasonic Teenage Warhead's like, ew, gross!
And then it splashes in Colossus' face. He's like, there's the money shot! And then he just rips it off and jumps.
Falls over the side of the bridge
back
onto
of a garbage truck.
Raphael, come away from there.
Okay, got back to the last part of flashback.
Walking around with a hoodie on. It's raining outside. Vanessa's walking across the street with an umbrella.
He goes and visits TJ Miller again. I can't remember his name.
They made a bunch of jokes about his face that are all in the trailer.
Yeah.
Avocados and crap.
And he looked like Freddy Krueger fucked the map of Utah.
Topographical.
Yeah. Okay.
He's talking about relationship, like she's not going to accept me like this, blah, blah, blah. I got to find the guy who did this to me. You should be a superhero. Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. What would you call yourself? Oh, now that you can't die, I guess I can never win the Deadpool.
And he looked up at the board. He looked at him and he goes, Captain Deadpool.
TJ Miller's staring at him. No.
Just Deadpool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Deadpool.
Then you get your montage.
Montage where he gets himself some gear, sews up some white mask and a white hoodie, goes looking, where's Francis? Where's Francis? I guess that's supposed to be a Dark Knight joke because of the, where is he? No,
I didn't
catch it. I didn't either until now. Some guys shoot him. He's got blood everywhere.
Can't get it out of his white shirts the day after in the laundry.
Blind lady, I guess, smells the blood. She's like, use lemon and something else for blood or just wear red. Dumbass. So he gets a red outfit together. He's already wearing a regular Deadpool suit, but he puts on a sock mask with just his eyes out. He punches some woman. He's like, oh my God.
Guy with a broken leg or something on a hockey ice rink trying to crawl away, and he's on a freaking polisher.
A Zaboni? That's what it was.
You're about to be run over by a Zaboni.
He hit the lady. He's like, I don't know. It's so confusing. Is it sexist not to hit you? Is it sexist to hit you? What do I do here? And as he's saying this, he cocks the gun and points it at her head. But then it cuts before he shoots her. That was great.
That was a very nice commentary. I wish there was more social commentary like that in the movie.
Yeah.
From Deadpool, because that was pretty funny. Which one do you think woman would be more upset about? If he punched her or if he didn't punch her?
If he punched her, of course.
Okay.
But it's sexist of him not to punch her if she's a bad person.
He made the right decision overall, though. Just shoot her.
Just shoot her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not sexist.
It's gender neutral to shoot.
Yes.
Yes. Everybody's on even ground when it comes to guns.
Okay, so you got everybody on one board to the left. Agent Smith goes after, he's like, hey, Jared, I want a footlong.
Such a mean joke.
Who it's you? Where's Francis?
He had him outside, pinned up against a car.
That's what he does, the, what you call it, phalangic torture. It's like, okay, look at that. He moves the camera. I didn't like the two extras in the background. The camera moved over on the two extras, and they didn't react well to this. It didn't do a good reaction for the audience. Should have been a better reaction. Two extras failed me. You two extras, you suck.
They didn't take it like a step further. Like Deadpool would have turned you away so you didn't see him rip off the guy's pinky, but then he tosses it nonchalantly and it gets stuck on the camera lens or something.
Yeah, that would have been great.
You had the violence that you were told to look away from stuck in the camera, and there's your comedy.
So we all know what happens next. See him getting in the cab. Fast forward to him being inside the truck. Now you're all caught up.
Yay!
Yay.
Origin story over.
Whew. So you're thinking, all right, time for a plot. No, we're still stuck on this. So he gets out of the truck. Sorry for bleeding in your car. Use lemon something and starts talking to the camera again. So I live with the blind lady from the washateria.
And then they did a flashback to him being at the laundromat with the blind lady. Then he looks at the camera again and says, her. Whoa.
Fort wall inside a fort wall. That's like 16 walls breaking at the same time. So then he walks in. Blind lady's building furniture from IKEA.
Bunch of IKEA jokes back and forth. I told you we should have gone with this one instead of this one.
Yeah, when he was laying on the floor, I had no idea what was going on in that scene. I know nothing they was talking about.
Talking about different series lines of IKEA furniture, I assume. But since I don't go to IKEA and I don't buy a bunch of furniture that often, it's not for me. This is for people who are married and who are buying or who have bought IKEA furniture in the past. They would love these jokes. I guess it was a woman and married man joke.
A woman and married man joke. He takes his mask off, takes off his boots, and put on his Crocs. He's got his hand wrapped up that's been removed.
I like that he doesn't just instantly get his parts healed like Hugh Jackman does as Wolverine. It has to slowly grow back. So it kind of adds some tension to Deadpool. Like, yeah, he can grow it back, but not immediately. A weakness to the character. Like, if he gets sliced up, he's not finishing the fight.
Gonna be out for a while.
And he can be easily captured. Take his head somewhere until he grows his body back.
Take his head.
He's got a little baby hand coming out. This is my strong hand, child.
You see him pick up the lotion bottle and the little unicorn that he had because he was fast forwarding. He stopped on this part where he was masturbating with the unicorn. It's like, oh, he wasn't supposed to see that, and kept fast forwarding. So that's when he picked it up. And I got a good chuckle out of that when he picked that up and the lotion and walked to his room.
And later on the couch, he sits down with the blind woman. They have a heart-to-heart about working through his problems or something.
It's like, what'd you go talk to her, asshole?
He starts stroking her with baby hand. CGI baby
She's like,
hand.
is your hand small? It is. I bet it feels huge in his hand, too. Go.
You better get out of this room.
Cut to Ajax again, talking to
threw his
Angel
motorcycle
Dust.
away.
Yeah, Wade's still alive. And he packs up mutants. But he doesn't ever use any himself to fight Wade.
No.
That's one of my complaints.
He doesn't open up a crate and use any of his soldiers, you're right. They don't have enough budget for that.
Yeah, Deadpool should say that. He says it for something else.
That
But he
comes up
does it-
shortly.
Yeah, but after he says it for that part, later on, whenever they go, why generic soldiers? Why didn't release any of his mutants? I guess we ain't got enough budget for that, too.
Ajax Francis boy interrogates T.G. Miller. Oh, T.G. Miller was telling a really funny joke, though.
This joke was not that funny. Andrew laughed at this.
I'm the only one in the audience who laughed at this joke.
Wait, tell a joke, Andrew. Wait till you hear this joke, y'all.
T.J. Miller-
Andrew was laughing at this.
T.J. Miller?
He's telling this to the guys at the bar, random biker-looking dudes, all right? And this wasn't like a joke for the audience. This was just a joke for him to tell them.
So this guy was at the doctor. And he was like, Doc, tell me how much longer I have to live. And he said, 5. He's like, 5 what, doctor? 5 what? And then the doctor's like, 5, 4, 3, 2.
And they start laughing. And Andrew starts laughing. The guys at the bar laughing. Andrew's laughing with him. Andrew was in the movie. He broke the fourth wall in the movie.
That was one of the best parts.
Yeah, high five, TJ.
Okay. To tell you the truth, I've warmed up to T.J. Miller because of Silicon Valley. Even though I don't really like his character that much on Silicon Valley, I've warmed up to him over
That's
time.
what it is. You and TJ are best buds now.
This is like a held back T.J. Miller, and I like that.
Held back?
Yeah, he's not constantly saying stuff. They edit it to where, try to give you a little taste of T.J. Miller's humor, but we're going to hold it back a little so he feels like an actual friend.
Michael Bay yells at him, say, be funnier, be funnier.
No one laughed at that countdown doctor joke.
Because it was for the guys at the bar. It was TJ Miller just being a stupid character. I know why you got the humor in it, because sometimes I laugh at characters trying to tell a joke to other characters too.
Well, yeah, I laughed because they laughed so hard at this joke. I was like, it's so great that they laughed this much.
People were having fun. That's what it was. Okay, Ajax and Angel Dust walk in.
Raymond, I was really worried that they were going to kill DJ Miller in the first movie. Didn't you feel that?
Then they would have had the Transformers 4 reference.
Oh, Angel Dust had him pinned up against the back of the bar, choking him.
Then all the mercenaries are like, not up in here, not up in here. Pull their guns out. I'm sorry, y'all didn't know what
Angel
that was.
Dust sees a Polaroid photo that was put up there earlier in the movie of Vanessa and Wade together. In their Christmas outfits. He was like, thanks, you've given me all the information I need, because I got her face.
They walk out. Good luck at your midnight showing of Blade 2 with your outfits. He called Wade and was like, hey, we got a problem. Cuts to them walking to go get Vanessa. Vanessa works at a strip club. They walk in.
And then Raymond doesn't know what's happening for the rest of the scene.
I just was like, shit. Like, I barely noticed the Stan Lee cameo.
I was like, you didn't even laugh at Stan Lee.
I was just like, wow.
That's how I knew that Raymond was distracted, that he didn't laugh at the Stan Lee cameo. Stan Lee is DJing a strip club.
The women folk on the stage was just like, chiseled out of stone or something, man.
Oh no.
It must have been CGI. There was CGI on the stage. It was ridiculous.
Was there any awkwardness because you were sitting next to a female for this movie?
No.
During that scene?
She can get over it.
Did you feel a vibe coming from her? Or were you too distracted?
I didn't feel a vibe coming from her. I didn't care. I only care about my feelings towards the scene. I wanted more of this. She's probably going to listen to this eventually. Oh, well.
Well, she was still laughing during it.
She still laughs at a lot of things.
It's still.
I
know. Am I gonna have to bleep in this one?
No, it's fine.
You want me to leave that in?
Yeah, leave that one in.
Okay, it's your funeral.
So the strippers on stage is looking good, beautiful looking strippers. Like, they went to a classy strip club, if that makes any sense to some of y'all. All the rest of my strip club people out there know what I'm talking about. So
I don't know what he's talking about.
Andrew's going one day.
Oh dear.
He doesn't think he's going eventually.
Help.
We'll get there.
Save me.
Eventually, we'll get there.
It's just something I gotta do.
See? Exactly. It's something they just gotta do.
Oh,
okay,
no.
So Wade goes up behind Vanessa. He's like, she always looks so good from this angle. He chickens out, goes into the bathroom because he's scared to see
how she will react to seeing his new ugly face.
Thank you.
Burned face. Prosthetic face. Hey, Vanessa, some guy is looking for you in the back alley. An old boyfriend?
Then she goes out and she's like, hey, I knew it was you. They see somebody with a hood on.
It's raining, so you can't really see in his dark.
Turns out it's Ajax.
Francis
takes her away.
Raymond, I just want you to know, every single time we say Francis, I'm thinking of Boogie.
Thinking of Boogie?
I am thinking of Boogie. Imagine Boogie as the bad guy in this.
Or he should have had a cameo appearance. He's like, you talking to me? Or something like that.
In like the bar scene, strip club or something.
Yeah. Where's Francis?
Oh, guys, talking about me?
Yeah. Like, people would have loved that. I know I would have.
Maybe they make a fake one that looks like him, so it surprises him too whenever he sees the movie. And then he has to sue them.
They CGI him. Okay. No! Motherfucker. He's cursed. He's beating up a taekwondo doll or something.
Back at the blind woman's apartment, TJ Miller.
He answers the phone. The phone starts ringing. He's like, it's Vanessa. Phone rang, but then it was a text message. You notice that?
I want a text, baby. Francis says, LOL, I took your girl.
Come to this location. Did he even say what the location was in the text message?
No.
What's that? He's like, it's the shit emoji with the face. I always thought it was chocolate yoga for the longest.
That TJ Miller.
He's like, get all the guns. He gets all the guns and he montages it inside
Hello
the
Kitty bag.
He throws in another Sexiest Man of the Year. Hugh Jackman on the cover.
Hugh Jackman magazine. You gotta remember this. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Tells the old lady, give me all the pieces. Give them all. She raises up her leg, pulls out the pieces, like, put it down, put it down. She's like, shut up.
Raymond, if people didn't know you were talking about guns right now, it sounded like you were saying pizzas.
Oh.
It's like, give me all the pizzas. And she had one hidden in her sock.
She had a pizza hidden in her sock, everybody.
And TJ Miller made the comment, oh, wow, the 25. Nice.
Yeah. Oh, no, this is what he said.
Oh.
Nobody laughed at this. I was the only one laughing at this. The camera's focused on him putting stuff in the bag. You see TJ Miller in the background. His face is looking at the lady off screen. Like, yeah. And then he goes, you found a cow. Because you know that reference that you want to go get the milk all the time or you want to find a cow and get the milk. You know that reference about women being married or whatever, finding a good girl to be married to. Going to get the milk or you want to get the cow? He said,
let me break the fourth wall, audience. No, I don't know this reference, but now I do.
You found a cow. So I was the only one laughed at it. I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, no.
The way he was looking at her off screen. You found the cow. So they leaves and he tells the blind lady there's cocaine in the apartment next to a cure for blindness. Good luck.
Buried somewhere in the floorboard.
TJ Miller says, I would go with you, but I don't want to. He leaves and he goes to the X mansion.
Yeah, they get a shot of the X mansion, and this is the same X mansion. We get the helicopter shots of everything, establishing shots. Then you get the gate. Then you get him knocking on the door. I was like, oh, who's gonna answer?
He about to knock on the door, but Negasonic just opens it. He's like, hey, Ripley from Alien 3. She's like, shut up.
Dang you old. I laugh, but I feel pain.
Colossus in the background yelling, shut the damn door.
It's like the Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
He's sitting in a chair. He got a bolt it. 2 nails. 2 boards.
Shut the door. So yeah, I need your help. Colossus is like, all right.
Deadpool deserves his revenge, and Francis deserves to die. He convinces them to come with him, and then he looks in there.
Jesus, real empty in here.
Every time I come by, it's just the two of you in here. It's like the studio couldn't afford any other X-Men.
Everybody laughed. Should have had some kids walking around in the background for students.
Yeah, at least that. But the whole place is just empty.
Yeah, the whole place is empty.
It's just abandoned. If I was Deadpool, I would question, did you murder everybody in this place? Are you holding them against their will?
So they get in a taxi cab. Again, they walk. Oh, they don't walk. They're already in a taxi cab.
How's it going with your girl, Dopender?
My cousin, he's still an asshole. And then he hits a pothole in the road. He goes, ah! And then he stops. Like Deadpool just standing looking for it. Dopender, what was that? That was my cousin. He's in the back. Colossus and Negasonic are in the background. Colossus is huge, sipping on.
Juice pack?
What is that? It's my cousin. I was just taking the initiative like you said. He just turned around and looked at Colossus. I did not tell him to say that. Bad, Dopender, you release him. Good job. I'm proud of you.
I need you to let him go as soon as you get us down. Kill him.
He's like, we're here. Thanks again. You know what to do.
High five, Mr. Pool.
For you. 10.
Yeah.
They give us a double high five.
And they get out, they start walking.
Cue the music. X gon' give it to you. Gon' give it to you.
Now your own X gonna deliver it to you. Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real.
They walking towards a helicarrier, a downed helicarrier.
Then Negasonic Teenage Warhead's like, wait a minute, where's your bat with all your guns?
God damn it!
Music stops.
Phone's ringing. Pops up with his little Deadpool logo on the phone. Mr. Pool.
Calling Dippy.
Jupiter tries to answer the phone, but then he gets to the car accident.
And the car behind him smashes into him,
the trunk. Ah! That's how you hear.
His cousin's dead.
He's just walking around the phone. He's like, oh, we'll just do this the old-fashioned way with some swords and maximum effort. Dex gonna give it to you. You gonna give it to you. Foot soldiers come out. And this way you should have made a reference like, why are you releasing your mutants that you make? No budget, I guess. Francis is at the top with his girl. He's like, what's my name? I'm going to spell it out for you, motherfucker. And he's like, oh, here comes a superhero jump. Here comes a superhero jump. Angel Dust jumps down.
Slams her knee into the ground.
Pose with the fist in the ground. Superhero jump. Oh, I love that. Kind of bad on your knees. See, that's why I brought this guy that she just punches Colossus.
Knocks him out.
I mean, that's why I brought her.
She's texting away.
Oh, go ahead, finish your tweet. Hashtag it.
Now go get her. She throws her phone.
Powers up.
Flames all around her. Burns off her outer clothes.
She's wearing a yellow suit underneath. It was nice. I like that suit.
That's why they think it's the New Mutants universe, because apparently that's going to be the new suit design.
The new suit design of New Mutants. I hope not. Whatever.
She plows into Angel Dust, knocks her back.
The bad guy starts shooting at him. Colossus goes back and fights with Angel Dust. Deadpool grabs, what's her name?
Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Puts it down.
It's like, look away, child. Look away.
I said, look away. He pulls his underwear out, ties it to a stick.
Out of zipper, rips it out.
Wait.
Waving a white flag.
You gotta just work for this asshole. Just put your guns down. I promise you, some nice, gentle, possibly lover care. I thought they was gonna do like he actually talks them down and they all just drop their guns and walk away and go home. They just start shooting at him. Takes out his katanas.
Goes to work, slicing people up. Slice one guy's head off, kicks it down to somebody below.
Negasonic goes stand behind an old van, activates her powers and smash two guys up against a wall.
This X-Men person just murdered two people.
I like it.
Colossus doesn't want to murder. In fact, he's quite a Boy Scout, man. Because at one point he's fighting Gina Carano. Her boob pops out on the left. You don't get to see it.
Whoa.
Lady, you have and he's covering it up for the camera too, so we can't see it either.
Oh, that's so sweet. And then she attacks him again.
Kicks him in the nuts.
Yeah.
What a douche move. His kryptonite is female nudity. Women, if you're in a fight with Colossus, take off your clothes. And you win.
Don't do that with Raymond.
Oh, no.
Because you will not win. Face Andrew. God damn it, Raymond. Am I gonna have to edit this? Okay. Eventually, he cuts them all up, then he stopped. Hey, Bob? I haven't seen you since
TGI Friday.
Yeah.
How's it going, man?
Yeah, they headbutts him. Dude, how are the kids? Does your wife still make that casserole?
It's not very good for you.
Then Francis looks down and sees he actually spelled out the guy's name, Francis.
With all the body parts for all the people he just killed.
Just start shooting at him again. Negasonic is underneath a
huge sheet of metal from helicarrier and launches him, boom, rocketing into the air. He has his back flat up against it, launching up towards the top of the helicarrier.
He flies up.
Wipes out a few guys.
Ajax puts Vanessa inside the same oxygen tube thing that he was in.
He just happened to have it, I guess.
If he has that, he has mutants on board too, goddammit.
That blew up. He had to build another one, expecting revenge one day,
He ordered another one from the evil factory, I guess.
Oh, okay. He puts Vanessa in there and turns it on. And I was like, oh, wow, they're going to kill Vanessa.
Him and Deadpool get into a nice fight. Deadpool does the right thing and throws his sword at it, gets the oxygen to go into it.
So he saves her, but now he's only got one weapon and really struggling to keep up with Ajax.
That was one cool part where him and Ajax are fighting. Ajax throws the axe. He catches it and quickly throws it back at him. I really enjoyed that.
Ajax eventually slightly gets the upper hand. I mean, he stabs him in the side of his head.
Yeah, Ajax stabs him in the head. He
stabs him in the head.
He killed him.
Vanessa breaks out of the tube.
Cuts her restraints with the sword. Takes it out. Then she stabs Ajax with it. She falls to the ground. Ajax falls to the ground. Deadpool's got the thing in his head. And he starts seeing drawn things on the screen.
Little colorful cartoon characters and unicorns around Vanessa on the ground. They're playing some sort of love song.
I'm never gonna give you up. Guilty feet have got no rhythm. I think it was this one I was in where they played Earth Angel, you're my darling angel.
That was the opening credits.
Oh, that was the opening
credits.
Just call me angel. Just call me the morning. Yeah. Angel. So this one they played Guilty feet have got no rhythm. And I'm never gonna Yeah, I can't remember.
I don't know the words. So he's stabbed out of his mind right now, having hallucinations about cartoon characters.
Eventually they melt because what's his name gets back up, grabs Vanessa and throws her.
I just assumed he was just going to kill Vanessa, but because of plot reasons, he just threw her.
He took that sword out of his chest and just threw her instead of stabbing her with it.
Yeah, people didn't like the ending where they killed Vanessa. They had to do the happy ending.
I probably would have been upset too because this whole plot revolves around Vanessa right now. So,
but at the same time, it's an R-rated Deadpool movie and it's supposed to break conventions.
This is what they focusing on, and this is what they need to do. If they wanted to kill her, they should have had a bigger plot revolving this villain.
Wade gets up with a knife in his head, starts attacking him again. Meanwhile, Negasonic Teenage Warhead activates her warhead right next to Colossus.
Angel Dust was choking Colossus with some giant wire, so she activates her ultimate attack, blows up everything.
But it also unbalances the side of the helicarrier, and so the helicarrier starts leaning, and all the cargo stuff and everything is flying off of the helicarrier and falling a long way down. This helicarrier is the same size as in the other Marvel movies, so that's a long way down to the ground.
Yeah. So he grabs Vanessa while he's sliding. It's like, you're not gonna like this. Grabs that tube, puts her in the tube.
Ajax said something, and then all of a sudden a cargo thing comes out of nowhere, hits him. He's like, ah! He flies off.
Did we mention that he took the knife out of his head?
That one must have healed pretty fast because he's cognate.
And he wasn't like, ooh, slower there.
And then Deadpool's like, maximum effort! Flings her tube out of the way.
Pulls her out.
Just before a bunch of crates go crashing down.
She survived.
Somehow. You're throwing her inside.
She's in glass.
Yeah, she's going to bump around, and then the pressure of it hitting the ground, and she's... it's really going to hurt still.
And Colossus and Negasonic pull her out. She's like, thanks. Deadpool gets off some rubble at the top. He's like, hey! Then he gets tackled by Ajax.
This was effing us! Woo!
Tackled by Ajax. He gets the upper hand on Ajax.
He's got him pinned on the ground eventually. And he's got the little
gun that he got from the blind lady. And he's like, time for you to fix this. And Ajax tells him, you idiot, I can't fix you. And he's like, whoa, the only idiot around here is you telling me one thing that was keeping you alive. Colossus was like, wait, don't do it, Deadpool. It's time to stand for truth and justice. Be nice. Be kind. Rewind. Only 5 moments. 5. Everybody think it's the whole thing. You wake up a hero, brush your teeth a hero, eat your cereal a hero. No. It's none of these things. It's just 5 moments in our lives that makes us be a hero. And this is one of them.
And so when you look back on these days and times, you really will...
Bang! Shot Ajax. Colossus start puking.
Why? You were rambling on.
Yeah. Excuse me, I'm just a boy and I have to go talk to a girl. What the fuck am I gonna say? Like, you better think fast because she's coming over.
Oh, by the way, Deadpool. Yeah. I'll keep a lookout for those other 4 opportunities.
She was mad at him, so she punches him. He's like, I deserved all that. Makes up a lie about him being in a crack house or something.
It's like, you were in a house? She didn't say it right. I'm assuming it was supposed to be a joke about how they were one-upping how horrible their lives were earlier in the movie.
Oh, that's what it was.
Be her saying, oh, you were actually in a house?
Yeah.
I don't know. It wasn't delivered properly for me to register it at the time.
She's like, I don't want you to see his face. She's like, I want to see it. So she takes off his mask. And underneath, he's got the cutout of the magazine of Hugh Jackman's face stapled to his face. He's like, maybe under this mask.
There were people in our audience like, he stapled it? And they started laughing harder. They thought it was funny, sir.
It was a simple thing.
It is funny. Well, I wasn't laughing like crazy, and I didn't have to yell out, Staples!
Yeah.
Because I saw the staples.
She was like, after time adjusting and some drinks, this is a face I could sit on.
Hey, yeah.
Started making out Colossus and Negasonic was still standing there.
Why are you guys still standing here?
Yeah, go. Tell B stop shitting on my lawn.
Maybe I'll join your X-Men someday.
Negasonic was like, you're cool. You didn't say anything mean? Colossus was like, we'll make an X-Men out of you one day, Deadpool.
Ho, ho, ho. Vanessa and Wade start making out, starts to pull back, voiceover from Ryan Reynolds.
Let's finish this pull-out shot.
Nice pull out. But I'm not pulling out tonight.
That's the only thing that's going to be pulling out. Cuts. And credits roll. You get the credits of Deadpool, drawn version, looking at all the names.
Jacking off unicorns and stuff.
He was riding on Butt Stallion.
Then you get a post-credits scene for people who stayed. It makes fun of the post-credits scene from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It's in a nice suburban hallway with white. Deadpool comes out with a bathrobe on. Hey! He walks up to the camera. What are you still doing here?
You're expecting something? Samuel L. Jackson to come out with an eye patch on? No. Go
home. And he starts walking back awkwardly, just like in Ferris Bueller. And he's like looking back over his shoulder. And he just walks into the room off camera.
I don't remember the Ferris Bueller end credit sequence. They pulled up this film had this many jobs thing.
Supported this many jobs. Yeah. And you thought that was the end of the credits. Some people started moving.
Then he put his head out. Oh, I can tell you one thing, though.
It's about the sequel. It's
we're going to have Cable. We know who we're going to cast yet. Could be Mel Gibson, Dolph Lundgren, Keira Knightley. We don't know. Okay? All right. And pick up your trash. Don't be a dick. Then he went away.
Stuck his head back out of the doorway and moved up his mask eyebrows.
And that was it. The end.
Oh, that was a reference to the song.
To what song? To what song?
From Ferris Bueller. Boom, boom.
Oh, okay.
Picked his head out.
I haven't watched Ferris Bueller in a while.
Boom. And that's the end of your movie.
General thoughts.
Go for it.
I like the energy of this film. No dull moments at all. I just wish there's something more to the villain. He says this is a superhero movie, but it's a superhero movie, goddammit. This is one, because you're telling me this whole long-ass origin story. So, I like that face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I need this villain to be more villainly. Like we were saying with the plot line here, his thing was to create mutants. So, he should have had some mutants come out and Deadpool had to fight these mutants. Or if they didn't want to do it, they should have had a bunch of CGI of the Deadpools from X-Men Origins come out that he had to fight or something like that.
Now, that would have been awesome.
Yeah. He just released one and it was that one Deadpool.
Yeah.
That would have been
Ryan
great.
Reynolds had to fight himself.
Yeah, wired mouth shut Deadpool. That's who Ajax sent out to fight him. It wasn't bad. It just was that part of the plot. The plot revolved around him getting his girl. And this type of character doesn't seem like it would be a character that would just be in love. It just felt like a cheap way to tell his origin story. Like, how much are you betting that she's going to be back for the sequels? Probably not. The probably have so much other stuff happen and she's not going to be back. They bring it a Cable. You said it was going to the future, some shit like that. So she's not.
I really don't need more characters to distract from Deadpool.
It's a sequel. They're going to have more characters.
I see why they released this movie on Valentine's Day. Now.
Yeah.
It really is a violence comic book date
story.
movie.
Yeah.
You thought it was a joke, all those Valentine's Day posters that made it look like a romantic comedy?
It is a romantic comedy. Him and Vanessa, when they share the screen, it's pretty much a romantic comedy stuff. I don't know the full origins of Deadpool from the comics. I know he was created same program as Wolverine. I don't know if he was in love or whatever, but it just seems so, it just didn't fit with this type of character who's supposed to be this all-out, balls to the wall type character who breaks the fourth wall. And then he's just in love being held down by this one woman. That face you made. That's what it seemed like, sir. I'm sorry. And then the whole plot just revolved around that. And then the origin story just took so much of the movie.
This is why I thought that they were gonna kill her so you could free up Deadpool to just be Deadpool and not be attached to a love interest, have the tragedy and have him have to move on and be Deadpool forever now. Now he has a choice. Now he doesn't have to be Deadpool. That's why I thought they were going to kill her. It seemed like the logical thing to do, but this is a Valentine's Day movie.
So apparently he was a special forces person. The plot synopsis I read said that, but he didn't.
He makes reference to it.
He made a mention to it, did he?
Yeah, he mentions that he went certain places, so it might sync up with the places that he went in X-Men Origins Wolverine, but he doesn't end up in that facility with Stryker. Instead, he ends up in this privatized facility with Francis.
I think they erased X-Men Origins because of Days of Future Past.
They could still reference it, and this is an alternate version of that.
It was a very simple plot for a character who, in a comic book, is just supposed to show up and get on other characters' nerves. So you made this origin story for him.
It's a 30-minute current plot with an hour-long origin story. And there's your hour and 40-minute movie.
I don't think I like the cutting thing back and forth. Man of Steel left a bad taste in my mouth with that shit.
I prefer the cutting back and forth. I'm sure they did all sorts of tests as a studio.
I can see why they did the cutting back and forth, because
they want to give you a taste
of
do this. And then no one's going to like this movie if you did the origin story first.
Origin story, and then a scene on the bridge, and then you immediately pretty much going
The climax
into the
of the
climax
movie.
of the movie.
Yeah, you can't
after
do that.
Looking for Vanessa in the strip club.
It would just been a whole entire romantic comedy / origin story, then 2 action scenes, and then the movie's over. So it had to be structured like this to work at all. You had to give the audience what they paid for. You had to give them Deadpool with an action scene at the very beginning to get them invested. Then you go back and try to get them invested in the character. Then you cut back to the current stuff to say, hey, we're not going to make you wait till the end to see current stuff. Here's some more current stuff to enjoy, but now we got to go back again. They're trying to trick you into enjoying the origin story stuff by giving you bits and pieces of what you actually came here to see.
I thought this movie, like I knew from the trailers that it was going to have the origin story, but I don't know, it felt like the movie where it should have just been a character just showed up. His origin story could just be explained in like 2 minutes and that's it. And then just have him doing stuff throughout the whole movie. I'm waiting on that superhero movie to happen, but it's not going to happen. I guess the new Batman will be
Incredible
like that,
Hulk
hopefully.
did that.
Yeah,
they had the opening
do
credits
that. Yeah.
about his origin story,
Yeah,
and then
I like that one.
and then they actually had a story to
A lot
tell.
of people don't like that movie, but that is a good movie to me.
And it is canon in the Marvel Studios Disney universe.
Except the Edward Norton part.
Yeah.
This felt like this should have been just him in the suit. I guess they had to throw Ryan Reynolds' face out there, even if it was messed up. They had to have that.
And now that he's still with Vanessa at the end too, there are going to be all sorts of excuses for him, even with prosthetics, to still be Ryan Reynolds outside the suit now.
Yeah, it just didn't seem like he needed this long ass origin story. Seems like people were getting invested the current stuff, just him already in the suit.
You know what a good analogy is for this movie, Raymond?
What?
We like certain parts of the movie, but we don't like the other parts of the movie. You know what that is?
What was that?
This movie is like the Peanuts movie
Oh.
that we saw back in November. Remember the Peanuts movie where it kept
remember
cutting to
Peanuts
Snoopy,
movie.
and we're like, we don't want to see Snoopy, we want to see Charlie Brown?
I think that might have been more you.
No, that was me.
Okay.
Well, this movie's like that. It's like, I really don't care about Snoopy imaginary plot line that's going on that we
just
keep
wanna
cutting
see the
back
Charlie
to.
Brown
I just want to
stuff.
continue with Charlie Brown like we started, but we had to keep cutting away to this.
Yeah, so this was like that. Pretty much like you said already about this is what you paid for. We got to give you a little bit of this and then cut to
But here's
this.
something your girlfriend might enjoy more. They're trying to make it... They're trying to make it...
What was that gesture?
They're trying to make it non-traditional and traditional at the same time because they don't know how to make you feel invested or sympathetic towards Deadpool. They don't think people will like to see this movie if it's just a guy running around murdering people and telling jokes while he's doing it, doing pop culture or societal jokes while he's doing it.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you had to add something in there about it.
They got to give you an emotional core for that guy. So it's like...
but it took so long and it was just there.
It did. We said it. It
It
felt
was
like
more than half the movie, the origin story.
It felt like a romantic comedy drama with R-rated jokes every once in a while.
It's an okay movie to me. It's your turn.
It's a movie that gets you more excited for the sequel than the movie you're watching. While a lot of the over-the-top vulgar stuff I didn't find were funny, and I thought were like, I could have done without that.
Laughing at you laughing at that joke about the doctor.
That was a funny joke.
Okay.
How long I got left? 5. 5
Oh,
what?
God.
5, 4, 3, 2. Yeah, I'm a mixed bag on it too. I'm very positive about the Deadpool parts. I really wish I could have gotten a whole entire movie that was just Deadpool like I wanted, going around doing missions and stuff, making fun of things from other movies, making fun of tropes in other superhero movies, commentary on pop culture and society and his views on things, just lampooning our society as a whole while doing disturbing things himself, like acting like he's better than us and joking about stuff, while at the same time he's just running around murdering people, trying to get revenge on somebody for something that was explained in 2 minutes, maybe, at the beginning of the movie, like Raymond said. I thought Ryan Reynolds was good, funny. I don't know why I needed to see his penis and butt so much in this movie. I guess he wanted to go all out for this role. This is the role that he was born for, so he had to go out there in his birthday suit, lay it all on the line for this movie. Makes me a homophobe? You be the judge. Vanessa's character, as a person who likes romantic comedies, if they're done well, I enjoyed that aspect of the movie. I wasn't expecting it to go like that. I know Raymond feared it would go like that, but I wasn't expecting it to actually do that. I guess by not being daring and being serious during that origin story, they were somehow actually being daring, if that makes any sense at all. Like, you think that we're just going to be a sleazy movie, but actually we're going to dial it back and make you care about this guy and his relationship. All of a sudden, this is going to become a different movie for this section of the movie.
I still wish they would have done where Wolverine saves him and then he's narrating, oh my God, I just fell in love with this guy or something like that.
I mean, the first time they come back to the bridge after the beginning of the origin story, I'm no longer laughing at Deadpool and really enjoying it as much as I was, because now I'm a little depressed about his tragic backstory. They do a sigh. He does like a little, but it wasn't a big enough sigh to make me laugh. A couple more lines about, man, that was sappy or something like that.
Now that you care about me more, back to the action.
Something like that, yeah. Snap me out, because whenever we transition back, there wasn't enough to put me back into enjoying myself mode. The origin story stuff and the romantic stuff drains you a little bit of the fun of this movie and makes it more serious maybe than it need to be. But at the same time, maybe it's a stroke of genius because you're winning over people who weren't ready for an all-out Deadpool movie by easing them in with traditional origin story and concepts and romance. You're giving the people who want an all-out Deadpool, bawdy, violent, gory movie, giving them what they want, but you're also giving people who want a traditional superhero movie what they want. You try to walk a balance, win over fans of just regular superhero movies. I guess they succeed, but for people who are expecting the extreme, pure Deadpool movie, they're not going to be as satisfied with this movie. It was fun seeing Colossus. The actress who plays Negasonic Teenage Warhead, I thought she did a really fun job. I loved her attitude that she was giving people.
She was a good character. I liked her and Colossus. They were fun characters.
It was great to see them.
And they had to pick 2 X-Men for this. They picked the right 2 X-Men.
A big, bulky Boy Scout and some depressed teen who doesn't give a crap, doesn't care that Deadpool's running around killing people. This jaded teenager.
It was good. Good casting. I liked all the characters in the movie, except for Ajax. This character didn't have anything to do besides be mean to Deadpool.
Because he could.
Yeah.
Gina Carano is just doing her Gina Carano thing.
Yeah, she did like, what, one speaking line? Oh, that's so sweet after he tells her about her boob.
The most memorable thing about her performance is whenever her boob pops out and Colossus is traumatized and can't continue to fight her until she puts her...
Colossus is traumatized.
He can't put it... You gotta put that thing away. Put that thing away.
He's traumatized from a boob, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, and it plays up the fact that all these women are constantly fighting with their cleavage almost always showing, and then finally popped out. But you don't get the full effect of the joke because you don't see it. Because it doesn't happen during the fight. It happens whenever she's on the ground, and then they cover it up with the camera, because I guess she didn't sign on for the nudity portion or whatever.
That sucks, because never mind.
I was just saying it because you don't get the full effect of the joke. Like, imagine if they were in the middle of a fight and it goes into slow-mo and all of a sudden her boob pops out in slow-mo and then you cut to Colossus' face like, oh, in slow-mo.
It would have been great.
Oh, please, put it away. That would have sold the joke a little bit more. Slow-mo boob popping out, scarring Colossus.
It would have been great.
It is rated R.
There was the strippers in the strip club.
You could have done a body double shot if Gina Carano didn't want to do it and just not show her face in the shot. That Jared the Subway guy joke, I thought that was mean-spirited. I was like, that man's in jail, man. Let it go.
No, it's not mean-spirited because that guy's an asshole.
The only thing that could have been more mean-spirited is he made a Bill Cosby joke or something.
But Bill got off. He's not going to jail, I believe.
According to the allegations, he got off several times.
Ching!
I'm sorry, guys. He set it up, so I teed off. I took a swing.
Andrew took a swing. He hit it out the park.
In conclusion,
3 stars, I guess.
3 stars? Okay.
I'm in the middle on this movie.
Yeah, I'm in the middle,
I want to see more. I'm not happy with the final product of this first one. TJ Miller made a thing like that. He's like, Deadpool, that sounds like a franchise.
That was funny.
Hopefully the next movies will be good now that we got the origin story out the way.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the origin story. One of my favorite movies, superhero movie, is the original Blade. I guess we could say that kind of started the superhero renaissance. Everybody says Spider-Man, but Blade was the first to test the waters in 98. And that movie just start out with him. You get the simple flash that starts out him being born. And then you get him doing stuff, constantly doing stuff, investigation stuff. And then at one point in the movie, to get the movie to slow down a bit after the action, Whistler, his Alfred of the series, tells his origin story. And it's just a simple little thing. It's just a few simple lines. And that's all you need to know about his origin. Literally, like the whole movie is kind of explaining his origin story as well. So why can't you do movies like that? Where you
little hints towards
the characters connected to this villain. You just do that.
Maybe Deadpool is walking through a gas station and he sees a lollipop ring and he gets all sad. And you don't know why.
How come this movie was able to do this and not have to explain this elongated origin of this character?
It's because they didn't have the full backing and budget that they needed to do something else. This movie was a gamble and they played it safe.
But Blade was a gamble as well. It was still good without having that elongated origin.
I know you have a point.
I know, but the general just got hooked on Blade too, and that spawned 2 sequels.
I can only guess it's because to get the female demographic interested in the character. Raymond's collapsing out of his chair onto the floor and he's lying down. I have to take over the podcast. He's a little upset that they're trying to appeal to a female demographic on Valentine's Day weekend with Deadpool.
That's what it is, sir. Thank you for pointing that out. That's literally what all of this is. It's always been about this. Hollywood has just become appeal to females now.
They got to appeal to everybody. They showed Ryan Reynolds' butt too. They're giving something for everybody. The men are getting bored with the origin story, but then the woman's like, I'm slightly interested in this. I'm saying that, but I'm sure any woman listening to this podcast, maybe she might not be interested in this. I'm speaking for women. I shouldn't be speaking for women. My apologies if you're offended as a woman.
This is what Hollywood has done. It literally has taken things and has to get women into it, just like a certain franchise. The past 3 podcasts, we always mention it. That's what Hollywood's doing. They have to get them involved somehow, and this is the only way to get women involved in Deadpool.
So it's like the Ghostbusters theory. We're implementing more stuff to appeal to women because we know we already sold the men on this property that they love.
Yes.
So that's what the scam is?
Yes, that's what the scam is with everything.
We know all the men are going to go see Ghostbusters because the men love Ghostbusters. We don't know if women love it, but since it's an all-women cast, women are going to show up.
We have to appeal to it.
So this is what's happening right now?
Mm-hmm.
We've graduated from young adult movies being for women. Now they're taking franchises typically associated with men.
Yep.
Because that's what happened with Star Wars.
I wouldn't say that's what happened with Star Wars.
That is what happened with Star Wars. She had no training, and then she whooped that villain's butt.
Oh my God! Here we go with the no training thing. Okay, we don't know all the details.
Don't go there, girlfriend.
It was still for the guys because she didn't have any like flashy stuff or fancy things. There wasn't the love story in it, so it wasn't for women. That's what I'm gonna say. It was to empower women.
There has to be a love story to appeal to women. Can't it just be a strong female lead?
Yeah, it has to be a love story because Hollywood doesn't know how else to appeal to women. Sorry. Let's look at every other movie that's come out. There's always been a love story.
Do you know how to appeal to women?
No, I don't. Obviously. Obviously.
There's that honesty right there. It's like Hollywood doesn't know. Do you know? No.
I don't.
No.
I don't think anybody does.
Women should know how to appeal to themselves.
How to appeal to other women. They don't. They switch moods every other day. Sorry.
We really shouldn't be talking like this.
Whatever. I don't care anymore. Send your assassins out to get me. I don't care.
I do not invoke that.
Don't go after Andrew. You come after me if you got a problem. Yeah, that's what it. Properties that were from it. When they reboot The Matrix, guess what it's going to be for? Female lead character. Indiana Jones.
Female Indiana Jones.
No. They'll probably have Indy, and then they'll introduce a female character that'll stick with him.
And one-up him and do all the action herself, like Furiosa.
Yes, his rival. Beat him at everything.
That already happened with Han Solo, though.
You talk about Leia?
With Rey. She completely one-ups him. Hey, I fixed the Falcon. You dim-wit. How long you own this ship?
But he didn't know about the compressor. Oh, my God. We're not going to go into this. We're not going to go to Star Wars conversation. He was up in age. Let's just let it be. What's next? Give me another one.
We don't need to.
Jaws will be an all-female cast. It's going to be a female shark.
Raymond,
I'm sorry.
We got it, okay?
I'm sorry.
Let's just point out that Raymond nor I are upset that women are getting leading roles. We're upset that they are just taking a franchise that men are already interested in and putting women in it so they can steal both demographics instead of just making a franchise specifically tailored around women leads. It's just a plot.
But eventually they'll just leave it for women though, and it won't have the plot for the men anymore. I've seen this happen with some TV shows that I used to watch.
This man's talking about Supernatural.
Andrew knows, thank you.
Because you mentioned it before.
This was a show that was horror and action with some comedy, and eventually it just turned into a show for women. And it didn't become a show for all the fans of these genres anymore.
This is just so upsetting that this is where our Deadpool conversation is.
I'm sorry.
Conversation is gone
we're
into some anti-woman conversation.
It's not an anti-woman at all. It's not anti. I'm not saying it's bad. Okay, maybe I am saying it's bad, but it's not anti. Won't you make something for them? Huh? Won't you make something?
Quit giving them our crap.
Yeah, make them all something. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back to the Ghostbusters argument, like an intergender squad. Come on.
If you want something for
two
both
males,
people,
two females.
just mix.
Exactly.
Just mix it up.
But don't.
What about Janet Bond?
Bond?
Yeah, the first female James Bond, sir. You're not gonna be excited for that?
Wait.
When that happens?
Are you joking?
I am joking, but I'm disturbed that now you
can't
tell.
It's possibly real. Yeah. You can't.
Because you got the female Ocean's 11 movie and you didn't know about that.
I thought they wanted to do a James Bond of a different race first.
That's true. Obama did come before a woman president. You got to do black or Asian or something first.
Mm-hmm. I think Hollywood's just jumping the gun now and decide, nope, we're going to do women everything. Maybe this is their way of decreasing tent poles as well, so that the prophecy of Spielberg Lucas doesn't come true.
That prophecy will be fulfilled.
When?
It will happen in the next few years.
I'm not trying to be anti-woman. I watched The Choice the other day, and I thought that was a fine film. But I'm not saying that was just built for women, okay? It was built for men, too.
You can't win. You can't win.
You can't win.
You can't win. You can't say, I enjoy this film or this film. It's like that scene from the Deadpool movie. Like, is it more sexist if I hit you, or is it sexist if I don't hit you?
Yeah.
Like, you say, but I enjoy this film or this film. It's like, wait, you think that film's just for women?
I enjoy a good Nicholas Sparks movie, okay?
You think those are just for women, Raymond?
They are manufactured for women. Yes, sir.
That is so sexist.
That is not sexist. They are manufactured for women. And Nicholas Sparks himself could tell you that's who he wrote these books for.
Why do we have to go here?
Because, sir, every big movie that we see ends with this conversation because it is not us, sir. This is what the problem is. We're trying to tell you what the problem is. Why did Deadpool end up like this with this elongated origin story? It's so, like you said, you could get people who weren't interested connected. It's not just women, it's other people as well.
And budgetary constraints as well.
They got the budget for this 20th Century Fox. Don't give me that bull crap.
Oh, they didn't give it to the people.
This in the X-Men universe.
Yeah, but they didn't give him enough money, according to Deadpool himself. I wonder how much it really did cost. What do you think?
This one should have cost the same or less of the amount of the first X-Men movie.
That's interesting. X-Men had a lot of characters, though. You're right. The first X-Men movie didn't have that many action scenes.
I'm not sure about inflation.
You had two main sequences. You had the train sequence, and then you had...
the final sequence.
And the final sequence. So 2 sequences just like the first X-Men.
Mm-hmm. And you follow Wolverine and Rogue most of the beginning.
And it's small-scale stuff, not too many visual effects. People talking in rooms.
Yep. So that's what I'm going to go with.
Pretty good. Does this feel like the Iron Man of an R-rated comic books universe? Like, people are going to latch on to Deadpool, and then he's going to introduce a lot of R-rated characters before they make an X-Force movie or whatever they do. Like, I got a vibe from this movie, like, this will take off like the first Iron Man movie did, and then they'll be able to make more explicit new mutant Marvel universe or something, revolving around Deadpool, like the Marvel universe likes to revolve around Iron Man.
Oh. That's terrible to suggest that, but you're right. You're absolutely
That's
correct.
the feeling I got from this movie. That's another reason I think they took it safe and tried to appeal to a lot more people, is so he could be the Iron Man of a new R-rated comic book universe.
Sure. Was the last Ghost Rider R-rated?
I think Ghost Rider reverted back to Disney as well. They just haven't used them.
The only people I can see being in rated R would be the horror characters. Ghost Rider and maybe a rated R Wolverine movie. Blade was rated R.
I was hoping Hugh Jackman would make some sort of cameo in this movie.
I was
before
his
last one, like show up in the suit or something, just because it's not connected to the main universes.
But I like the way they did it with the Hugh Jackman stuff. I still wish. Why is he obsessed with Wolverine? Because Wolverine saves him from this fire. Because that's a big plot hole in the movie, is how does Colossus know him unless he knows him from Special Forces or something? Raymond never forgets. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm rambling on. Anything else?
Are we all done? Yeah.
I'm done. I've saved my piece. What's the next big film coming? BVS in March?
I don't know. There's also Through the Looking Glass and all sorts of crap.
I really don't want to see that.
There's all sorts of March movies.
Yeah, Warner Brothers and Disney are known for throwing something out in March. You ready?
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh, sorry. Okay, let's end it. I was wondering what was happening now.
I'm thrusting up and down in my seat.
Oh, you had 2 bottles of water. That's why.
Yeah, nice characters. Enjoyed all the stuff that was in the current time period. Really liked the interplay between all the actors, but we wish for more from the villain, and that the origin story wasn't so long because we got the point.
Yeah, that's it for Deadpool.
Okay stuff. All right. For the Parking Lot Projectionists, I gotta go to the bathroom.
And I'm right. Oh.
And you're right? Okay. And I'm Andrew.
And I'm right.
Shutting it down.
You gotta make sure you hit the save.
Oh, you definitely. Oh, I had to. Wait, I had to stop.